Here we go. So when your taste of ordinary dive watches, unique dive watches, borderline even absurd, just don't cut it anymore, you go with the Omega Ploprof. The absolutely ridiculous. That's what we're looking at right now. Yet it still is insanely cool. It just is. It's hard to capture why. For me anyway, it just really is. Big thanks to Exquisite Timepieces, Naples, Florida, link in the description with direct contact information to the salesperson of my choice. So you can get a hold of them, tell them I sent you, and you can pick up a Ploprof for yourself. They have this one. I'm sure they're going to get that new blue, they got that light blue dial one, that whole series. They'll have those soon too because they sell a lot of Omega. They're a big authorized dealer for Omega as well as 60 other brands, as well as a massive pre-owned collection of watches for sale. So get a hold of them, check it out, let me know. So going back a while, well over a year now, I had, of course, looked at the Ploprof at authorized dealers in the past, but it wasn't until I went to a Worn and Wound wind-up show in San Francisco, and I actually met Evan from Your Terrific YouTube channel, and he was wearing one of these, not this colorway, he was wearing the black dial one, and we were talking, and he allowed me to try it on, and looking at it, you're just like, there's no way, I don't, if you're at a dealer, you're gonna glance at it, and you're just gonna be like, I'm not even gonna try it on. If you go to an authorized dealer, and they have one of these watches, or you're at Exquisite and they have this or one of the other ones in stock, try it on. Just trust me, try it on. It might, I guarantee you, it will surprise you. One way or the other, it will definitely surprise you. For me, it surprises me how much, I could easily wear this. Despite its clunkiness, its chunkiness, its ridiculousness, and its size. So size, I measured from here to keep it fair, right? Because we don't measure crown guards, and this is kind of like a weird bump. So I just measure here to here. It's 48.12 millimeter. It's clearly much more than that in its entire width. The lug to lug is also only 48. So you can see there, it's kind of short, all things considered. Thickness, 18.3 is what I measure. I've heard somebody say 16. This is not 16. I measured it 3 times to confirm. It's 18.3. It is a thick boy. 24 millimeter lug width. The mesh tapers down to 20 millimeter. But there's tons of other strap options you can do. You can go with a rubber, FKM, or even leather I've seen people do. It is full titanium, even the clasp. It does have a no tool required quick adjust. Very smooth, and it has a large dive extension. Has a sapphire crystal display case back showing off the automatic 8912 60-hour power reserve 38 jouled movement. It is Metas and all that good stuff too. Class, the modern day Omega movements. So anti-magnetic and all that good stuff. Super accurate. The titanium, I'm assuming, is grade 2, judging by the look of it, and it just says titanium down there. That goes for the bracelet and everything. 11.6 millimeter. This has to be the largest crown I've measured. The crown is 11.6. And check this out. I didn't know this until I unscrewed it to operate it. The guard over the top of the crown is spring-loaded and comes out with it. So it does that, right? And then you can, of course, adjust the time. This is a no date. And it is a destro crown, or left-hand drive crown, which further protects it for the most part for most people. Backspin it, make sure you're on the threads, and then go ahead and thread it in. And then that'll keep the 1,200 meter water depth rating on that. It's ridiculous. water depth rating. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'll try to hold still so you can get a look at that beautiful dial and handset. The hour hand is kind of like framed in a beautiful blue, matching some of the other blue components on the watch, as well as the seconds hand and then tipped in orange. But the minute hand is almost like anodized or painted orange, not raised up like the blue one. And then it also has two different colors of lume. We'll show the lume here in a little bit. And then you have that orange dot up there in the triangle at the 60 on the bezel. Ceramic bezel insert. The bezel does not turn at all in this configuration. So if we, sorry about the zooming action here, you have to press this button here. You hold that down and then you have a 120 click bezel in bi-direction. Now this is going to absolutely eliminate the concerns of bumping the bezel and throwing off your time. It's locked in place. It will not move. You still do have a helium escape valve because this is a modern Ploprof, and they've, originally this watch was kind of designed to prohibit helium from entering the watch. Well, we've moved on since that. So now we have a helium escape valve because that's the correct way to do a watch. And you have this button here to adjust the bezel. Pretty crazy. I think we can all agree on that. Let's pop it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. It only weighs 175 grams. I say only. I know it's still like kind of heavy, but I mean, not really. I mean, I've had smaller watches weigh over 200. And this one's, the titanium is what's saving it completely. The steel ones, I don't know. I've never tried a steel one. The original ones were steel, the earlier ones. But the titanium absolutely could wear it. It doesn't feel top heavy. You wear a little bit snug, right? So you don't get too much movement out of it. And it will not feel top heavy. It feels great on wrist. It is thick. It's not going underneath any sleeve or anything like that. It'd be a great summer watch. But in the watch community, because you're probably not diving with it, but in the watch community, it's one of those ones that is easily identified at a distance. People are going to know, those watch nerds that are into these dive watches. You're going to know when you see a Ploprof, it's clearly that watch. So even if you see one out in the wild, if you're at a watch gathering or something like that, go check it out, because odds are whoever's wearing it is a watch nerd like us, and whatever you want to call us, and they'll probably let you try it on. My point is, at any opportunity you get to try one of these on and handle it, do it, because it's actually really cool. Let's give this a quick blast with the UV light. Kill the studio lights. Check out that lume. Amazing lume. A couple different tones there, right? So you got some like bluish green, and then you have some solid green at the triangle and the minute hand, which are the two timing components of the dive watch. So brilliant execution with the lume. That is a proper way to do a dual application of lume. So big thanks to the crew at Exquisite Timepieces. I feel so blessed to be able to see these watches for my own personal agenda, but also share them with you guys so you can check them out and make a better informed decision to spend your hard-earned money. And if you do, definitely give Exquisite a call, because I think you'll be happy with the service. Customer service is, I don't know, it's always been a big deal, but anymore, man, I am struggling with some other companies, and I think I'm just going to move on, and I'm just going to go with the known entities like Exquisite. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next vid.